Welcome to the Death Pond. Work, 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 work. Okay, so today we're going to do a movie review on Don't Blink. Now, this is your movie review based on what is in Redbox right now. It's July something or other. I don't know. I think it's like the 23rd. It's 2015. So this is at Redbox. And that's why I decided to do a review on it, because I was thinking I'm always telling you guys about these movies, but then I never know where you can watch them at. And I'm always like, I think it's at Redbox, I think it's on Netflix, but I never really know. So I went ahead and I checked out Redbox. How many times did I say Netbox? I went ahead and I checked out Redbox, their new releases, and we, especially the Barbie, are obsessed with scary movies. And so we've watched all of them that don't have like nudity and stuff in them or too much heavy on the drugs. So this one, Don't Blink, it's got Mena Suvari, Brian Austin Green, Joanne Kelly, Robert Picardo, Jack Ward, Fiona Gubelman. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say her name. I know I just butchered it. And then it's also got David De La Torre, Leaf Gedvar. I should probably practice these names before I do this, shouldn't I? Emily O'Hara and Curtis Frizzle. I don't know. I can't pronounce their names. Anyway, just type them in the way that I said them and then you'll get it. Alright, so basically this movie, it's a group of friends, and some of them are coupled, some of them are not, and they decide to like go away. I think it's just like a weekend or something. They're just trying to get away from the hustle and bustle, and they go to this like kind of remotish lodge, and when they get there, there's nobody there at the lodge. Like, everybody's gone. And then some other stuff happens, and then I don't think it's giving it away because it's in the trailer, but people just like the people in their groups, they just start disappear. Like in the trailer, you'll see they go to the refrigerator to grab like some juice or something, and then the girl is standing behind the fridge, and so she opens the door, so now you can't see the girl, and then when she closes the door, the girl is gone. Like, she's just flat disappeared, and that's what the movie is, and that's why it's like Don't Blink, because like you have to be looking at everybody or else they'll disappear, and if like nobody's looking at you, you'll disappear. So now we'll get into the movie review. For me, the very, actually first we're going to get into the parent's guide for you guys. This movie is fine to watch with kids. It's not that big a deal. However, about an hour in, no, not about, it is. It's an hour in, because I made sure I stopped it so I could do it for my movie review for you guys. There is a scene that is pretty graphic. I had to like cover their eyes and stuff. You can kind of see what's going to happen in the trailer, but it gets way more graphic in the movie, and it lasts about 45 seconds. So just be on the lookout for that if you're letting kids watch. Now that being said, getting into the actual movie review, I expected more from Brian Austin Green. I thought that his acting was atrocious. I gotta be honest, it really was not the best. However, the writing, the words on the paper weren't that great either, so you can't really fault him too terribly much. The movie itself, Zach Ward is your comic relief. We love Zach Ward. That's the one that played Alex with the red hair. I mean, he's absolutely gorgeous for one. He's stunning to look at, but he is so funny in this movie, and it's not, you know, supposed to be funny, but there's definitely comic relief. His character is just hilarious in this movie. Now that being said, when you start out the movie, like it does not take a long time to get into. You know how when you're watching a scary movie and it takes like half an hour for them to get into the backstory and everything? They didn't do that. They jumped right in with both feet in the water, and within 5 minutes they were in the lodge with people disappearing. Now generally that would be a good thing, but for this particular movie, the emotions and the feelings and the character build that they wanted you to have, I think that they probably should have given us a little bit more build up first, because when we were watching the movie, when people started, what was that? By the time the third person disappeared, we literally had to stop the movie for about 10 minutes so that we could Google all the characters' names and figure out who was who and who was dating who and what was going on, because we were just kind of lost. So that was kind of a letdown. That kind of took away from the scariness of the movie. And then again, the first like 20-30 minutes of the movie, like the acting is just ridiculous. Like, it's so bad. But if you go ahead and just let yourself fall into it and watch it, it does get a little bit better. Also, I would advise watching this movie either by yourself or with somebody who is not going to talk the entire time. And to also cut the lights off, and that will help aid it to actually be scary. The end of the movie, what they do was they tried to do one of those, like, I guess, I don't know what to call it, like a jump away where it's like dun dun, it's scary. For us, it wasn't, because you knew what was coming. You saw it's coming. It was coming. It's one of those B-rated scary movies. Is this movie going to have you leaving scared? Absolutely not. You will not be scared. However, when you're watching the movie and you're invested in the characters, there's some stuff that happens that you're like, no, yay! And it does get really interesting. It is a decent movie. It's not necessarily a scary movie, but it is good. I did enjoy it. I just feel like I only enjoyed like the middle block. The last 5 minutes were a little, come on, and then the first 5 minutes, while they jumped in, they were really confusing. Also, in this movie, there's a lot of stuff that happens that you're just supposed to forgive in the movie, where it's like, that doesn't even make sense, and like, there's absolutely no way that happens, or like, it's a flat-out lie that they're like trying to pass off as fact, and you're like, that's the exact opposite of how it works. But I still enjoyed the movie. Redbox $1.50. It was decent. What did you think about the movie?
I think the movie was great. But I would give it at least one thumb up and one thumb down. And I say you should probably watch it by yourself, because it is a bit of violence in there.
Yeah, oh yeah, there is a little more violence. Thank you, honey. I totally forgot with my parents' guide. There is some violence in there. I don't want to give away what happens, but it's pretty graphic, and there's like a lot of blood, and there's 3 parts that are extremely violent, one of which is just downright, I mean, it's a little heart-wrenching. So there is that. I forgot about that. There's a good bit of blood, and there's, in these 3 scenes, there's a good bit of blood, and then there's an awful lot of violence. Oh, and then there's a little bit of self-harm. But I'm not sure if that was on purpose. I think it just happened, and then, yeah. So I'm not sure about that part. But anyway, what did you think about the movie?
Me?
Yeah, did you like it and stuff?
It was like, boom, boom. So
I agree with that.
I guess it's
I actually agree with her. It was like that. It was like boring, and then not so much scary, but I want to say exhilarating. It was like boring, and then you were like, wait a minute, and then it was like boring, and then wait a minute. But I mean, it was a decent movie. For Redbox $1.50, I gotta say, it was worth the $1.50. It really was, especially if you got nothing else to do, you know. Other than that, I would say just go ahead and skip it. I wouldn't really pay more than $1.50 for this movie. And then, I was going to say something else, but I lost my train of thought. I wouldn't pay more than $1.50 for this movie. I don't think I'd watch it again, honestly. It's one of those that once you know, it's kind of like, there's no point watching it again. Would you watch it again?
No.
No? Would you watch it again?
No.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just give it one thumb up. But you could, I mean, definitely Redbox it. It's worth it at Redbox. What do you say?
Yeah, one thumb up and one thumb down, but, me too, yeah.
The council has spoken!
Bye, kids. I didn't stop.